The Indian electricity sector has seen major changes, holding distributors accountable and empowering consumers. Yet, many consumers remain unaware of their rights or how to engage with regulatory institutions. Limited technical and policy knowledge makes it hard to demand quality supply or participate in grievance redressal. Empowering and educating consumers is key to transparent and accountable electricity governance. Today, the electricity governance team will explain how consumers can engage effectively in shaping the sector. I now invite the team to take the session forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the electricity governance session. So, the session now features students' presentation on innovative solutions to the consumer-centric challenges in the electricity sector. To guide and enrich today's discussion, we are joined by esteemed panel. First, I invite Dr. R. Sethumadhavan. Dr. R. Sethumadhavan is advisor for ZSH Private Limited and CAG. Formerly professor at Anna University, Chennai, he was also the director for Institute of Energy Studies. With over 4 decades of experience in teaching, research and industry, he specializes in industry energy auditing, renewable energy applications and waste to energy recovery. He has led more than 300 energy audits, coordinated over 60 renewables and environmental projects, and spearheaded the UNDP Tea Board initiative on energy conservation in 180 tea factories in South India. Widely published with more than 70 research papers, books, and an international patent, he has received several honors, including the Best Project Award for Southeast Asia in 2012 at Hong Kong, the Active Consultant Award from Anna University in 2015, and the prestigious UK Green Energy Award for promoting biomass in process industries. We welcome you, sir. Next, we have Ms. Priya Pillai. Ms. Priya Pillai has worked across the intersections of climate and social justice for over 2 decades, engaging deeply with grassroots movements, non-governmental organizations, research organizations, and international institutions. Her work is grounded in the principles of equity and justice, with a strong focus on just transition, climate justice, gender equity, and forest rights. With a background in law and unwavering commitment to amplifying marginalized voices, she is currently pursuing her PhD at the University of Technology in Sydney. Priya approaches her work with intellectual curiosity, empathy, and a dedication to building inclusive and sustainable solutions that reflect both ecological realities and social aspirations. We are honored to have you with us, ma'am. And finally, Ms. Kritika Muthukrishnan. Kritika Muthukrishnan is an architect, sustainability leader, and a green building expert with over 15 years of experience in consulting, education, and advocacy. She is the founder and principal consultant of Green Sketch Consultants, where she has spearheaded 100 plus projects across India, Bangladesh, and the UAE, including globally top rated LEED certified factories and India's first IGBC net zero waste project. Her portfolio includes the prestigious Integrated Command and Control Center at the historic Ripon Building, Chennai, the first government office in Tamil Nadu to achieve both LEED and IGBC Platinum certification. Beyond project delivery, Kritika has played a transformative role in shaping the next generation of sustainability professionals, developing university curricula, mentoring students, and leading technical workshops on energy modeling, daylight simulations, and green rating systems. She has actively influenced market transformation and policy advocacy, driving green building adoption in diverse sectors. A warm welcome to you, ma'am. Moderating this session is Mr. Vishnu Mohan Rao, the Program Lead of Electricity Governance Team at CAG. Vishnu, over to you.
Hello. This session is basically around an ideathon that we conducted with college students. So we had around 11 teams participating across 4 themes. One is on electricity governance, another is on rooftop solar, for middle income communities, urban heat and cool roof solutions. And finally, energy efficiency in everyday life. This is the thing. What we tried to do was slightly different. We tried to bring together different colleges, different disciplines, engineering, architecture, social work, and just arts college students, and brought them all these disciplines in one team, and tried to see what innovative solutions they can come up with. The format was very tight. We gave them 2.5 hours to basically bring out a presentation on these topics. So this was conducted last month, and based on that we selected 4 winners, and each of them come from different background. Each of the students come from different backgrounds, and those 4 winners will now make their presentations. And the idea of this thing is to add some, where each of the panelists can add some value to the presentations by speaking about it for 2 minutes each, and then probably summarize what they have learned from this entire exercise, and to see if anything more that CAG can scale it up or do more in this topic. So I'll call upon the first team, awareness campaign on electricity governance. Please, it's Lakshmi Balaji from Rajalakshmi School of Architecture, Jemima Grace R, Annai Velankani College of Arts and Science, Perumal S, Nazareth College of Arts and Science, Shelly Rajashekaran, SRM Institute of Technology, Vaishali RN, School of Excellence in Law. So this is the kind of discipline that we so the case studies are given in as part of the thing. So the first case study is on awareness campaign on electricity governance. Since the others audience don't know much about this topic, basically we talked about how electricity governance can be used, an awareness campaign and on electricity governance can be made on billing, grievance redressal, and creative community awareness exercises. So the idea is to empower citizens to act. Okay, start. Introduce yourself and start.
So, greetings to the esteemed panel of judges, team CAG, and distinguished audience. Good afternoon, everyone. So, I am Vishali from Soil. I feel immense pleasure in presenting the statewide 3-month campaign design to create awareness on electricity rights, billing literacy, and grievance redressal mechanism. So I would be repeating these terms, billing literacy, electricity rights, and grievance redressal. This is a disclaimer actually, because that's our theme. So let me start with the presentation. And yeah, we have proposed the solutions on how to create awareness on these 3 themes. And we have created tailored solutions to reach wide variety of communities such as women, youth, elderly, and rural and urban populations, to make this approach inclusive and also community based. What do you think awareness is? So awareness is generally sharing knowledge about a theme to the people at large in the way they understand. So that's more important, and that's why tailored solutions are very important. So let me start with the solutions we propose. So the first solution we propose is power cards, issuing power cards to every household. So firstly, what is a power card? So it's a laminated waterproof card with the details consisting of a toll-free number, that is a helpline number, QR code to register complaints, and also 3 core electricity rights, and also a sample bill consisting of the key components of the bill, so that even designed in a way so that even the illiterates can understand. The sample will consist of pictures and also color codings, so that even illiterate people can understand by making it visual associations. And along with, we have idea that the self-help groups which are now trained to only create awareness on education, health sectors will now can indulge on training related to electricity governance by explaining these power cards to the common public. So apart from just oral explanation, they can even create demo on how to read a bill by circulating sample bills and underlining the key components with color pens, so that they can make visual associations and understand. And they can also conduct games on how to decode a bill, electricity bill. So this solution mainly targets the women. So the next solution we have is establishing electricity literacy clubs in educational institutions such as schools and colleges. So this solution targets youths and students mainly. So this aims on the electricity literacy clubs is basically established to conduct competitions, exhibitions, seminars, webinars on electricity governance by collaborating with NGOs like CAG, as we have, and other similar NGOs that work for electricity governance. And these clubs will also create reels to circulate in social media, so that there will be a mass outreach. And to motivate students to actively indulge in these activities, awards can even be presented to the best clubs which are very active, and also to the best champions. So the members of these clubs can also help the neighborhood to read bill and also to create awareness in their neighborhood on electricity governance. And the next solution we have is an helpline number. So at present we have a toll-free number to file a complaint in case of any electricity issue, which is called Minnavan or Minnagam. So we propose a new element to this helpline number because the present toll-free number is not very effective due to various drawbacks it has. So it has drawbacks of long waiting hours, and also it can only be used to register complaints but not awareness. So what we propose is that create a new helpline number which can be both used to create awareness and also to help file complaints of for the consumers. So how it works? So for example, when you press 1, it explains you about electricity rights. When you press 2, it explains about billing literacy. And when you press 3, it directs you to file complaint. So it mainly this idea is mainly for the elderly people. And when someone presses the number 3, and the location can be automatically traced, and it has a unique feature of routing this call to a nearby volunteer, so that volunteer can help that person in filing a complaint, because most elderly persons don't trace issues just because they can't move out. So this idea is very beneficial because they can raise complaints just by staying in their home with the help of volunteers. So the next idea we propose is the help desk set up in electricity boards. We also have this idea at present, but the issues is that the help desk are not very active, and so that not lot of complaints are raised. So what new element we have added to this help desk is that the help desk would consist of 2 members. one staff member from electricity board and another one is a volunteer. So they help in reading consumers their electricity bill, they explain the components and also they help in filing complaints. So what unique feature it has is that once a person is filing a complaint through help desk, they will get an acknowledgement SMS or an acknowledgement slip. So which ensures transparency and accountability. Also in the acknowledgement message, there will be the complaint register number and also the time within which it will be resolved and also the tracking link so that they can see the updates of their complaint. And if it is not resolved within the given time, the help desk can even help assist them to approach the district grievance forum. And the last idea we propose is that to circulate ads through TVs, social medias and newspapers, videos, so it has a mass outreach. And particularly for rural areas, we propose dedicating at least 10 minutes in Gram Sabha meetings to address the issue of electricity governance so that there will be more participation and complaint registers to be placed in Gram Sabhas so that it can be addressed. And to monitor it based on the complaints received, number of complaints received, it can be identified of regarding to what extent the awareness has reached. And yeah, that's our solution. I thank CAG and all the audience for your patient listening and for the opportunity given for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
Thank you, sir.
for your presentation.
Yes.
I think this is one of the important things what you highlighted.
Yes.
But what's appealing is power card. When you go to the 3, 4, 5, 6, like your bill decoding, energy club, helpline desk, especially the energy club, helpline desk and also the mass outreach, they are all kind of, what should I say, outdated ones. It's already happening. Especially if you go to Kerala, there's energy club in every school. So what's really, based on our experience, what's missing is electricity bill decoding, which you have mentioned. That's one of the important aspects. That's good. Like that, the power card. And sample bill for domestic, it's not all that difficult. If you go to the industry level, the sample bill may be helpful. For domestic, it's only kind of a people will have to understand that. So, like what you said, the self-help group can be approached and they can spread this message to the people, especially on power card and the bill decoding. And what you may have to include is how to bring down the cost of power bill. I think that point is not there. It's more of a how to decode, how to understand. Maybe if from the bill, if there is a way to understand and bring down the cost of energy, that would be helpful. But of course, I am not sure of it right now. As such, I would conclude that the topic is really useful and certainly people need to understand the bill that is being, what should I say, the TANGEDCO makes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everybody. I'd like to begin by congratulating CAG on its 40th anniversary and the journey of 40 years that CAG has walked. It was interesting to hear your presentation. I think the strength includes the fact that you've looked at community, you've looked at inclusiveness and all of that. And the fact that you've also looked at, you tried to be inclusive to the extent that, you spoke about pictorial representation for people who cannot read and all of that. So that ways I feel it's quite well thought of. My only kind of thought when I was listening to you was,
you're saying that you will get volunteers to take it forward, right? How do you kind of sustain this kind of a volunteership? Have you thought about that? Because that's something I think, also how do we actually plan things and take it beyond the campaign period? When we are doing an online campaign or an offline campaign, there's a push, people may act. But how do we kind of look at this becoming more of a consistent thing that happens? I happened to kind of go through your presentation. I saw this thing of a help desk under Gram Panchayats earlier in your presentation, which I found was a very good proposition also. Because a lot of times people don't know what to do. And if you have a permanent help desk that could cater to it, which could work in tangent with tangent code, that would, I think, in the rural areas would really, really enable this thing. I'm not sure having 10 minutes in the Gram Sabha is a practical solution like every Gram Sabha, because Gram Sabhas themselves and the quality of discussions that happen there itself are a big question. But I think the help desk at the panchayat level would really, really enable people. There'd be somebody for people to approach to. So I really think that's a great idea that you could kind of take forward.
Yes, thank you so much. First of all, wishing CAG a very happy 40th birthday. And great presentation by you guys. I understand that you had very less time to come up with these ideas. So in the very short period of time, you have really thought it through, and some of the ideas, the power card, and also to some extent the literacy clubs, though sir told they already exist, but still even I am not aware of those kinds of things. Those ideas were really good. The power card could, I feel, of course it's a great idea, but maybe I felt that we can make use of tools like AI. So say you just take a picture of your bill and you send it on a WhatsApp number and you just say, explain my bill. And it gives you what was the initial meter reading, what was the final meter reading. So those kinds of tools, maybe the consumers directly cannot use it, but the people at the help desk could help them to quickly read through the bills and understand what is going on there and all that. Of course, there's also the question of why the bills are presented in the complicated format in the first place. But I understand that it's not in the scope of this particular exercise that you had. From that perspective, another thing that I feel is people should be taught how to read their own meters also. I'm not sure how many people know how to read your own electricity meter at your homes. So maybe an explanatory card which is pasted next to the electricity meter itself, so that you can check whether the reading that the electrician, the EB official took, is it matching with the reading that you can see on that place. So that is also one thing that I feel should come in here somewhere. Yes. Right? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So once again, thank you for the opportunity. So we propose this solution because it does not require any additional infrastructure, but only the.
Yeah, correct. So
Yeah.
only one thing is there. There's something called the distribution standards of performance, where the utility gives, if there's a delay in service connection, or there's a power failure for a longer period of time, the utility has to pay you the money. So it's a reverse process also. So think about that.
Yes.
Penalties, yeah.
Yes.
Penalty, which never comes, but you can always think about it. It's part of the regulations.
Yes.
Thanks.
So since only the existing infrastructure is used, so our method is cost effective and also inclusive. So thank you.
Thanks. So this. The second team is on rooftop solar. That's team 4. Bharat S, School of Excellence in Law. Priyadarshini, Savita School of Management. Aftan Faiz, SIM ATS, SIMATS Engineering. Meena Sri, Rajalakshmi School of Architecture, Neeraj Bharadwaj, Madras School of Social Work. Yeah. So you have 5 minutes. I think you have to really. So this particular case study is about a person in Madurai wants to install rooftop solar for his house, and he finds the entire system to be very complex. So the idea is to ensure that Selvam, the person needs to get reliable, affordable, trustable rooftop solar connection. So that's the idea. Yeah.
Okay.
5 minutes, Surya.
Good afternoon to everybody present here. So we are team 4 and I am Neeraj, a social work student, and I am here to represent my team. Our problem was, as sir just stated, was of an individual who is reluctant to install solar panels in his household, mainly because of the following reasons. One, generally around his locality, there was low uptake of such an idea of having rooftop solar panels. The second one is heavy upfront costs. So the initial expense for installing a solar panel was heavy. So a middle income or a man from a middle class community to install a panel, it meant that he had to spend a lot from his own pocket. So there was a lot of reluctance in doing that. And the third, he repeatedly hears about fraud cases of how people in his locality have been fooled by different private and government sectors, saying they would provide subsidies and never ended up getting any money. Fourth one is bank and discoms hesitating to provide loans for people working in informal sectors. So if they have multiple occupations that they use to earn small amounts, the banks hesitate to provide them with loans. And there are also, the people are still continuously skeptical about whether or not installing a solar panel would make any actual change in their lives and in their monthly electricity bills and generation in general. And the solution gap, finally, that is the lack of trust in general, people not trusting any particular organization or an individual who would help them get these panels, and easy finance and community maintenance. All of that still remains to be a problem. So that was our problem statement, case study. And this is our team. So you've already seen the names and the members. Before we begin our solution, we would like to highlight that not just us, but also the government, both the state and the central government provide numerous subsidies for people willing to install solar panels in their households, rooftop solar panels. So these are some of the details of the subsidies. We also have another idea that is part of our solution is to try and invite CSR fundings for these projects. So what the idea of the project is something that we'll be explaining in a bit. But these are the subsidies that are generally available. These are our challenges. Again, we are just listing it out. So we made this graphical so that people can easily understand. So these are the general challenges that people in middle class families face, and that causes their reluctance to adopt solar energy. And how do we begin to address this problem is by first looking at this problem not as an individual problem, but one as that of a community. So if we could provide solar panels and rooftop solar energy for a big community, a large community, that would make sure that the individual, the initial cost of the individual is cut down by a considerable extent, because you'll be purchasing materials at a community level. And this would also improve the idea that everybody gets to participate in some social action that would make a social change. And this would also help. So since our first solution starts by forming a committee, the committee throughout the process is singularly responsible for the process of installing the solar panel, maintaining if there is any necessary, if there is a damage, checking with the company. So since the community is now responsible, there is trust that is built between the individuals and the community that is working together to produce solar energy. And then after that, we provide awareness about how, first of all, solar energy is helpful, needed in today's context, and about its success stories of what all it can potentially change in our lives. This can be done through social medias, and if, like in our case study, if they are living as a group. So our man Selvam was living in a group of, I think, a housing board. So that would probably have their welfare associations. So reaching out through their welfare associations, talking to them, organizing meetings would help them. So in this way, we would the idea of trust would be reinforced again and again. And we'll also have demo units in the community centers before taking it to the households. So if we could run one community building or one, let's say if the association has a separate office or a private building, if that can be run through solar energy and people see some palpable difference that it makes on a daily basis, that would not only reinforce trust, would also make it something that they can also want. And involve youth and schools in this. So this would also help people understand this as a case for them to understand how solar power works in society and how they can adopt from this. So that's part of our solution. These are our benefits. So in long term, we'll be saving up to 60 to 80%. How this happens is by providing subsidies in the first place. So the amount that the individual finally has to spend at the initial cost is greatly cut down. We'll provide subsidies, and since this is a community activity and we are trying to provide the solution for a community, the possibility of acquiring CSR funds also increases here. So this now becomes an engagement with community to make them more sustainable. So again, sustainability is another impact of our solution. In the long term, we will greatly cut down on the carbon footprint that we are producing currently. It will also make the community much more independent. So if there are power cuts, the community won't face that again. Solar power is generated within the bounds of the community. Scalability, this model is replicable elsewhere. So in any place where there is a group of people living together in the name of a community or a housing board, with a one common organization that can cater the service to them, we can produce this model elsewhere also. And community strengthening, this also, since this is a collective project, it also builds better bonds between the community, since they are now collectively owning something, an idea, and a project that they'll be installing in their rooftops. So the idea of living together will also be reinforced by our solution. So yes, these are our references and that's our conclusion. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, so who wants to go first?
Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this whole community-based facilitation of rooftop solar. It's a topic that we've also been kind of trying to struggle with and find answers to. So some of the things that you shared are very interesting, especially the whole concept of self-reliance, energy security, collective ownership, as well as, forming committees of RWAs, to come together and collaborate and set up these things. I think I find all three of these ideas very, very doable as well as very interesting, very futuristic as well. In terms of I just had one point on why are we only looking at CSR funding to come, to set it up, when we are saying that there is a profit that the community will earn out of setting up solar rooftop on their bills. Why do you need a CSR company to come and fund them? That profit itself should be basically a motivation for them, because in the long run, and you have a lot of these examples, like in Kerala we have Perinjanorjam in a village panchayat, where people have come together, pooled their resources to set up solar rooftop, and they are selling. So as you showed in the thing that by net metering you can sell back. So there is one is you reduce your bills, the second is if you produce more you also sell and get money, right? So why not people actually putting in their money, and that will also bring in more ownership. So that is one thing I wanted to share. The other thing I think which one has seen in different places would be when you said that youth and women need to be engaged. How can they be engaged in this? Like, are there opportunities for them to look at livelihood opportunities that are connected with this? So if you're talking about this this Selvam and his community in Madurai, what could be done is also him bringing together the youth, training them on maintenance, LED repair and stuff like that, and that could be a livelihood opportunity that's also linked to the solar rooftop thing. Right now, a lot of those opportunities go to external big organizations or corporates. Why shouldn't it go to the community themselves? And that will be also an incentive for the community to invest in both solar rooftop and as well as, look at livelihood opportunities. So that was just two things.
Yes, ma'am. Just a clarification regarding the CSR funds. So our case study initially also focused on low income groups also. So there was a slum that we were given as part of the case study. So if it was for installing for the slum, they wouldn't have the amount that even Selvam has if he's earning, I think 50,000 a month was part of the case study. So that was our addition. So we also thought it would be scalable for low income groups also, not only middle class community. So that's the idea. But yes, thank you so much.
Okay, first of all, the presentation was very nice and crisp. And I too concur that it's quite a big issue. And not only is this an issue with low income, say, individuals or anything like that, it's a problem even for corporates, where there is sort of a decision fatigue on, they are not able to move ahead with the solar, even though so much of facilities are available, so much of materials are available. There's quite a lot of distrust. And getting rid of that distrust is going to be really a big task, because no matter how much you set up all these community initiatives and all that, when it comes to that each person's individual thing and they want to put something, if they are not in trusting somebody to do the job, it's not going to get done. So I felt that, you spoke about having these a committee being formed. So that committee was a good idea, but I feel the committee should also have the installers becoming a part of it. The people who sell these solar panels, who do the installation of these solar panels, they can be a part of it, and they can have some kind of a certification or an accreditation or something like that, so that it's a trusted group to whom we can go and on the website or the committee meetings itself, you can say that these would be the subsidies you would get, this much rupees, you should get it by this time, those kinds of things, and make sure that the installer is getting it, or they get delisted or dequalified or something, disqualified or something like that. So that idea I felt was really good. And the other part is that, right now solar is a little bit of a glamorized thing. It's a bit of technology that is done by somebody, not by you and me. We don't have it in our everyday, and especially for a person like Selvam, it's going to be even much of a leap to have something, and how do they run it, how do they maintain it, what if it doesn't work on one particular day, what happens on that time. So a little bit of more, say, social media campaigns and those kinds of things would also, I feel, really help to make it more accessible for people like Selvam. Right? Thank you.
I will be a bit critical. Go to the last slide. So don't mistake me.
Sure.
So the conclusion is right. 7th slide. And references, I think you should have included CAG. That is missing. Because first 6 slides I don't agree, to be frank. Basically, being a student and not having enough exposure, whatever you have mentioned, they are all totally misplaced. Totally misplaced. If you have interacted with CAG, which is working on this for the past 1 year, you will find that the problem is nothing to do with the first 6 slides. Because they are campaigning so much to make the things happening. And the solar thing is nothing to do with the technology right now, and also not the investment. There are problems elsewhere, and it's too specific to the individual or the RWA, right? And the subsidy, etc., people are not all that worried about. Second thing what you need to understand is, this is the economics of the solar is based on the electricity cost that is paid by the individual residing in that state. Because electricity is a state agenda, right? So if you really look at that, Gujarat is the leading because there it makes a lot of sense to go for solar. In some other state, it's not making much sense. And there are 70 odd people who are approved by MNRE to go ahead doing this. So the thing is, the problem is lying somewhere else. So that I think maybe if you interact with CAG, and they have conducted so many programs, and we have invited even the stakeholders and RWA, they used to keep on doing every Sunday, right? So certain times, like the first slide, they said, not first slide, first presentation, decoding of the bill. That is one of the things which they have to understand when they go for solar. Sometimes the bill goes more than what you would have got without solar. Second thing is, which is an important aspect, what should be your requirement? Because it is also very clearly established, below certain kilowatt, it will never make sense. It will never make sense. In the sense, what I am trying to say is, don't mistake me, the whole thing has to be looked upon in a bit different fashion from experienced people's, what should I say, the hindsight. So the conclusion is, okay, the idea is fine. It is an investment, not an expense. That's an important message. And one more thing you said, it doesn't work on cloudy days. It's not like that. Almost 350 days it works. Even cloudy, it doesn't matter because you need only light, not the heat. So that way I think you need to have some more input on the solar part of it. Yeah? Okay, I conclude this.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you. I think you need to understand a little bit about the PM Suryagar scheme. I know you've done it a little bit. And also how this feed-in tariffs work and things like that. So that will give you the thing. Just to add to Sir's point of view, we are doing this solar awareness campaign along with Asar. Priya is leading it, partnering with us, and also Puvulagan Nanbargal. So 3 of us are joined together to do this campaign. So this reiterating that point. Yeah, thank you very much. I think one thing, shouldn't take all these criticisms to this thing, because you are given only 2.5 hours to do this work, and all of you are students who are doing several things, and came together with different disciplines. In 2.5 hours, you bonded and created this presentation. That is more admirable from my side. And the model that you thought about, and the committee things and all, these are all very, very nice things from a self-reliance, energy, yeah. All these are very interesting things to say. And as Sir says, the reality is a slightly different game altogether, which you will know if you come to CAG's meetings every week. We try to conduct a couple of meetings. Then you'll understand how people talk. Like for social work students, it'll be interesting to understand how actual residents think about it, and how, if they are interested to form a collective, to understand how the committee works, and so many interpersonal differences and understandings crop up during those times, which will be an interesting thing also for you. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
Do we get to respond to the criticism?
You can respond for 10 seconds.
Sure. So the thing is, thank you so much, sir, first of all, for the comments. But the problem that we had, the one that we made, the presentation that we just made, the problem statement was provided by CAG. So the problem statement included the fact that it must be a small solution, and it was only directed to Selvam. It was us who scaled it up even to the RWAs. But it also said that building trust was the primary thing that the solution must have. And yes, personally, I do agree with whatever you said. I don't think reality is like this. To bring solar energy panels to a large community is something that most of us are reluctant about. I don't think many of us have it in our own households here. So,
no, good. I think the idea is clear, because the idea is it's a idea-thon. We only expect some knowledge about the topic and some spark to be generated for us also to understand. So even for us to do, it's interesting for us, because then we think about in the next campaign, can we think of these things that you have talked about? That's the more interesting part for us. So I think point taken. I think it's a great presentation, and 2.5 hours is a fantastic idea. With your far mature in the way that we dealt with actually in our real lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next topic is on energy efficiency in everyday life. The idea of the people for this Pithik Rajalakshmi School of Architecture. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce your name. Sajid Ahmed, Mohammed, Harish, Indumati M, Mufliya Sadaf. School of Excellence. So I think we find School of Excellence everywhere. Sajid Mohammed is from Institute of Energy Studies. Oh, for Institute. Yeah. Yeah, start. 5 minutes, please. Yeah,
Okay.
we don't have time.
So good afternoon to everyone present here. So this is Team 6. We are representing the theme of energy efficiency. So basically, our theme is about efficiency, which is something, it is imbibed and ingrained in every single, I would say, Asian person. Because, we have, I mean, personally, we are all like grown up with hearing, we open the fridge and keep it up.
Just 1 second. I just wanted to explain the case study to the audience. It's about a college which is facing high electricity bills due to, old LED, old bulbs and, outdated fans and things like that. And it is also raising hostel fees, by the way. So the challenge is to reduce energy consumption while also shifting habits. Thanks.
So basically the challenge which we have came across was the funding, and since it's the universities and the top level authorities who are the deciding factor in terms of the infrastructure and the other efficient planning. So as students we have very I would not say limited, but constricted control over what we can do. So we are here, proposing an idea of being mindful about every single use we do. For example, we are all part of change makers. We are using social media. We are doing a lot of things. So we have broadly categorized 3 categories of stakeholders. So first one is the regulators, which would be the University Grants Commission. And the second category would be the university and the management, and the third and the last would be the students, who are the person who are going to be implementing all these. So with response to the UGC, we have noticed that there was this part of energy efficiency plan included in the part of in the new buildings. If they are bringing in, they have to comply with certain protocols and certain measures to get approval from. So this is something which could be done to ensure that all the universities are in compliance with our energy standards. And second of all, with regards to the pre-existing structure, what we can do is that we can change, it is low-cost retrofits. In terms of, we can change the lightings, we can change the fans, we can use 5-star appliances, and we can use sensors as well. So this is how we can get efficient, but it won't cost us, it won't drain our pockets basically. So we all know how expensive electricity is right now, and I don't know how expensive it would be in the larger scale of universities. So we can't just blame the inflation. We have to think about our mindless practices that we do. We switch on the we switch on the air conditioners even if it's raining. And that is all something we need to give a behavioral nudge on. So basically we all know that if I have to say carrot and stick method, that usually is something, it is in progress, because either it should be penalized or it should be incentivized. So on a positive note, we are focusing on incentivizing students. If they are practicing mindfulness, we want them to be awarded with a star, or we can organize competitions between the dormitories where they can just turn into a mini auditors, energy auditors. not literal, I'm not going with the literal meaning, but I just want to say that they should be aware about their usage because they are the one who is utilizing the most of the benefits. So the awareness should come from the fact where we did even a few comparative analysis between the Ivy League institutions and Indian institutions. So we have noticed this in the Ivy League institutions that they have a dashboard for the water consumption and electricity usage. So when that is visible and transparent, it creates a sense of responsibility. So if that is implemented here also, I believe the younger generation, the Gen Zs and us would definitely be mindful about the usage. That's where we bring in the energy efficiency. And with regards to the structural development, that is something in the control of the universities. So we personally believe, it's not the personal opinion, we kind of want to bring in a notion that if there is a new structural alteration, we want to bring in the cross window ventilations and all the cool proof, and depends on the weather conditions. We have to incorporate the structural, not just the aesthetics. The structural and infrastructure should comply with it, where we are being efficient about it. Our entire solutions and outcomes are very simple. It's just that we want it to be implemented, and it should be in a way that it is given a serious thought, because it's everything, it's practical. We don't have to drain our pockets to incorporate major of the things. It's just something we can do, everyone can do.
Over. Oh, you can have maybe 30 seconds more.
Okay. So basically, in conclusion, we would like to say that mindful practices and behavioral changes are something, it is pivotal in the light of everyone. And everyone can incorporate it. With regards to UGC and like all the managerial things, it is a long process, but with our reference and the 1 year plan which we can do, is this is what is feasible and effective, and it's scalable as well.
Thanks. So one thing, she's a law student. She's very well versed in now energy efficiency.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. I think you wanted to get through it quickly, and you did. Can you summarize for me, please, what were your key interventions for this particular college?
So this particular college, we want to go with the LEDs and peak hour shifting. If there is a peak hour, we have to like either shift our load to a different timings. With regards to hostels and everything, the waters can be like reutilized. That will reduce the burden on the pumps. Since we are all aware about the thermal power plants and the effect on global warming and etc. So we just want the students and the people who are closely using the products to be mindful about it. We are all on to behavioral changes.
Okay. So basically you're talking about mindfulness and
Yes.
Awareness, to be honest. Okay. So on the whole, this energy efficiency in everyday life, it has a really large scope. So I'm not sure whether you would be able to cover everything in a shorter while of time. But one of the key things which you did touch upon at one small part, but you didn't talk about more, is that before you become efficient, you have to measure where you stand. So only if you measure can you then manage it. If you're not measuring it, there is no way you can manage it at all. Or even if you manage it, you may not manage it in the most effective manner. So some kind of comprehensive monitoring system to see where electricity is going, which part of the day it's getting used the most, or which usage, is it air conditioners, or is it your lights, or is it your some other equipment that is using more of the electricity, or is it because of some other reasons. So to begin with, before you can even think about being efficient, you have to find out what is happening right now. So management is saying costs are increasing, and the students are saying you are not maintaining the facility properly. So who is right? Or who is right to what percentage? You have to find out that first. So the very first part of energy efficiency, I feel, is measurement. Without measurement, you cannot get anywhere. So you did have a small bit on putting the meters and all that, but I felt that should have been front and center. And once you have your data, then you can go into things like, should you be mindful, should you replace your lights, should you turn off the ACs, can you bring in some kind of automation to make this happen. So no matter how much you say turn off the lights, however, people may not simply turn off. They'll be like, there's still somebody in this hall when they're going out, so I'm not going to turn off the light. And when that person leaves, oh, somebody is going to come in now, so why should I turn off? So then some kind of automation or timer based work and all those things also become more important. So that's what I basically had to say. Yeah.
I have 3 questions only. One to Institute for Energy Studies student. It's Institute for Energy Studies or Institute of Energy Studies?
Institute for Energy Studies.
It's put Institute of Energy Studies. What is your comment on this? You are part of the team, right? What is your input?
Sir, no, sir, I wrote it right. Maybe some. No, I wrote it for only. Sir.
Sorry? No, what is your input in the, what do you call that, this program? Ideathon. Being an energy student, I just want to know whether your input is there in that.
Yes, sir. My input
What did
was
you do?
there. So I only introduced that meter concept and all smart meters. Like in every hostel rooms, we were planning to keep individual meters to measure the usage, and then we can like keep a competition among students, among the room members, to find who are efficient, and then give an award for monthly, like star performer award, like we can give monthly efficient award. So that input was from my side, sir.
Achha. Any of you in the hostel?
Sir?
Any of you people?
Sir, myself from hostel.
Hostel, okay. Now, sorry? Okay. Anyhow, others are day scholars, right? What is energy efficient equipment you use in your house? Other people, not you. No, you are talked about a lot, right? Are you using any energy efficient equipment in your house?
Like
Anybody?
something like smart bulbs we are using. Right?
What is a smart bulb?
Sir, we can control it through IoT devices. Sir.
No, in the house, do you do that?
Yes, sir.
I don't believe that.
I
Anything
have
else?
it in my room, sir.
Oh, that's because, you must have been a pampered child. Otherwise, this will not happen. Anything else? Others? Any energy efficient equipment used in your house?
So basically, we have this Atomberg fan, and then we do have 5-star AC, and other than
No,
that,
these are all the things. Are you using it? I am asking.
yeah,
In your
we-
house?
Yeah, we do use.
You have
those
5-star
things.
air conditioner?
Yes.
Achha, Atomberg also. Okay. No, then why did it take so much time to respond?
Sorry,
Why did it take so much time to respond?
I was just like analyzing the question. Like,
Okay.
am
The
I supposed
third
to-
question is important for all of you because it's for a hostel or anything, right? When you do energy audit, you should not really worry about the cost you pay for energy bill. You need to worry about the tariff structure that is being levied. Because that's a mistake everybody does, even the industry people. They say my electricity bill is high. That is unimportant. You need to find out what is your electricity consumption. That is what you can control, not the tariff. Right? So here also, you should in fact suggest, find out the electricity consumption like what madam has said, because one thing is unless you measure, you have no clue. Second thing is, the electricity bill being higher doesn't mean that you are inefficient. You may be really efficient, but still the electricity bill can be higher because you may be coming in the different tariff structure. So, next time onwards, if somebody is telling you the electricity bill is high, brush it aside and ask them what is their consumption, which they will never know. So, that is how we have to counter the people, yeah? Anyway, it's a good thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation. I think there are, so one of the things I think what your presentation couldn't really convey to me was basically the 3 things, which was the expected practical action plan that did not come out very strongly, that you were supposed to come out with. I just wanted to talk to 2-3 things actually. One is like, have you thought about what is the underlying factor that will enable a behavioral change? Because I think we keep on talking about this. We have an entire mission that the central government runs, the LIFE mission, which is aimed at bringing about changes in behaviors, relating to multiple things. With us looking at environment and climate change, have you actually thought of what is it that will enable that kind of a change? Is it a regulatory thing on behalf of the management? What is it? Or is it some kind of knowledge and understanding of what's actually happening to, the Gen Z or your generation to, vis-a-vis the environment and the climate? Like, what is it that? So I think that is something for you to really, really think into. And I'd really like to hear what actually, because I don't personally, also as a mother of a teenager, I really don't know what is it that will make people of college going students really act and bring about that behavioral change. It would have been really nice to hear that from you, especially standing where you are. The other thing I wanted was, like, this buy-in from your management is very, very critical in whatever plan you prepare in this whole energy efficiency thing, because I think they are the ones who are going to invest in it. They are the ones who need to acknowledge the benefit that they have. So I think having a buy-in from your management was very, very important. Also, I think assigning clear roles and having that clarity on who plays what role in the whole scheme of things is very important. What is the management's role? Where does it end? What is the students' role? What will there be some monitoring committee that will take a look at it and see that these things are not falling through? So I think having that kind of an outlook would really think. And I think at the end of the day, selling it to the management will always work if it is tied to economical benefits. I don't think anything else works. At least we have seen that whether it's solar rooftop, whether it's energy efficiency, tying it to economic benefits is the only thing that push people to do it in their lives. No amount of environment, no amount of climate change, at least really, really pushes people, to make those changes in their lives. So that's the feeling I have.
Thanks. So, one thing I liked is the ME guy teaching all of them about energy efficiency. So, we need energy lawyers also, by the way. So, thanks for your presentation. So the final presentation is on urban heat and cool roof solutions. Number 7. Prajit Raj, St. Joseph Institute of Technology. Karishma M, St. Joseph Institute of Technology. Jitya K, MSSW. Maharajan K, Institute for Energy Studies. Avelin Leah, Rajalakshmi School of Architecture. Vidudalai Virumbi, School of Excellence in Law. Again, another lawyer. So we have laws. Yeah, you can start your presentation. I think the idea of this case study is that urban heat and North Chennai, where there are low-income communities. So there is they live in informal housing. So there is a lot of heat strokes. Women and residents have problems with the worsening heat conditions. So the idea is to create solutions like cool roof, passive ventilation, common shaded space, mix of these. But the idea is from you to tell us what you thought about. Thanks. You are which background are you from?
Engineering.
Engineering. Okay.
So, good afternoon, one and all present here. So our problem statement is in Thondayarpet there are many people. There are people who are suffering from urban heat. So we created a solution using a clay tile. So that's the main idea of us, and there is a multiple layers of thing that should be attached in the asbestos and tins that are used by peoples in the Thondayarpet. So my teammate will explain the solution. So passive cooling architecture, where the idea is double roofing system, in which a new layer of roofing is added to the already existing asbestos sheet roof or the tin roof layer with an air gap of 10 to 30 centimeter. Where is also providing openings or vents in the new layer of roof, which allows the air gap inside to keep changing with a cool air. So this air gap between these two roofs acts as an insulator. As we know, air gap is the air is a natural insulator for heat. So this openings provided in the roof would let the hot air to pass out from the roof and lets the cool air to get in, keeping the interior cooler. I'd like to pass it on with my teammate.
So we are, I am Maharajan from the IES Anna University, ME Energy Engineering. So what we are going to do passive roof cooling mechanisms for the asbestos and tin roof based homes. So for that we are going to introducing a multi-barrier level roof insulation to prevent the conduction of the solar radiation, and we are going to provide a ventilation air gap to prevent the convection heat transfer, and we are going to use a white reflective coating on the asbestos roof to prevent the radiation, and then we can use a bubble wrap aluminum foil as an insulation which reflects the maximum radiation. So I will pass to next.
So they are presenting what the design will be in the home, but I am presenting what the material will use in the roofs. Yes. I am Prajit Rath from EC Department of St. Joseph Institute of Technology. There are enhanced amount of solutions in the world for the cooling rooftop solutions. I am talking about these three for the affordable and cost efficient. Also there are easily available, also very much useful the people who live in the Tondayar page. So three materials are used. First one is core, and then coconut core and mud. Coconut mud will be mixed with the apply in the sheets. It will be what the thermal efficiency, thermal conductivity will be provided in the sheets, and then next one then bubble sheets. They are used in many of the haircut stores, and then many of the stores will be used. Third one is clay, they tile over. It will be used in buildings, but everyone will be used in the building tops, but we should be inside the home. Tondayar inside the homes we will be apply in the inside the homes. It will useful for their peoples, and then it will more air will be quality in quantities. Next slide.
Myself, Vidudala Virambi, sir. So, before going to the schemes and other things, what other central governments has done, I want to mention some trust which was working for the urban cool roof policies and other things, sir. First of all, CAG, or Citizens Consumer and Civic Action Group, has done in Puliyandop. Sir? CAG. So CAG has done a combined work with Balance Solution Point Limited Corporation, and within that Puliyandop area, they have done an informal housing thermal comfort project for this urban cool roof policy. And another trust was doing the Mahila Housing Trust. In this Mahila Housing Trust has done a major proponent of cool roof in India's slum and informal statements. In 2023, they have installed 30,000 cool roof across India. So other organization and research has done in this cool roof, urban cool roof matters are Department of Science and Technology with the help of the IIT Bombay and Indian Science and Technical Innovation has addressed the radioactive cooling paint systems. And global initiatives are IPCC, Inter-Government Panel on Climate Change reports about, had mentioned about the school roof policies. And the first policy was mentioned about this urban cool roof is Telangana government, sir. 2023, the Telangana government has mentioned the urban cool roof policy and have also they used the methods and applied the methods to reduce the cool roof heat, sir. So next.
So my name is Jitya. I'm from psychology department. So as easy as it is for us to come up with an idea, how do we implement it? So this is basically working on the roofs to make it more cool. So we thought people in Tondearpet are usually people who work on daily wages. So we thought we can mobilize those people to work on their own houses. To raise funds, we thought we can reach out to many NGOs who are very, very willing to help with us. So then this mobilizing all the people to work there will also increase the desire for the change. So people will come together as a community to work on that change. And it can also improve the knowledge on whatever we are doing to their houses. So it will be easy for them to maintain or be aware of the change that's happening in their house. So these are the references that we took from different areas. Thank you.
Thanks. I think I like the way you all contributed to the presentation that was missing in the other. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I've also made that a note. I think collective presentation was good, actually. I just had a couple of things. So if you go to the table earlier where you were talking about the material, you are saying low cost, medium and medium high cost. Like, that's a very relative term. If you could actually look at what low cost means, like if you could put it in numbers, you know, it'd be kind of more clear on what it is. This is very qualitative. In terms of maintenance, like have you also looked at the maintenance cost, you know, when you are talking about these materials and stuff, basically. So that was the other thing. I also wanted to kind of understand, like, have you thought about strengthening arguments for, you know, people adopting this, you know, like that is very, very key for that mobilization strategy that you're talking about, right? Because it definitely requires people to have a buy-in trust and say that, okay, we want to move, we want to make the shift. So how do you actually talk about the economic benefits, the health benefits, and all of that as a strategy to kind of bring more people on board? I think that was something. Also, have you identified any training needs? Because you're talking about, you know, like if I look at it, you're talking about maintenance and community participation, right? Strategy. In that, are you looking at, say, for example, this becoming a livelihood opportunity rather than just saying that each person, because they are daily wage earners, they will work on their own houses and the labor cost will come down. Rather than that, are you, because you're talking about a low income group there, are you looking at this being a business opportunity for, you know, people in that community where, you know, whether it's about procurement and production of raw materials or, you know, installation or as well as service and maintenance? Because you said that, say, if they opt for the cheaper option, which is the coir, it will, you know, you will require more maintenance and it just doesn't last for a long time, right? Only one season. So it will require reinstallation or services and stuff. So do you see also, I think you can explore opportunity on that front where the community has, like, it can become a business model that will also enable livelihoods and for the community concerned, you know, in any region. Yeah.
Yeah, so overall, it was an interesting presentation. Can I ask why you did not go with cool roof paints, which seems to be the very straightforward solution?
Already, while discussing in the problem, while discussing in the problem in that day, they suggested that you want to give an alternative solution for the paint, always saying that the cool roof urban policies are always stating about the paint only. What are the other measures and innovations you can give? So that was these are the reasons and these were found by my teams.
Okay, I understand. So it was not part of, it was a part of your problem statement to exclude the cool roof paints. Okay. Personally, I am for cool roof paints because they are the simplest solutions. All the other solutions that you have provided, they also require structural interventions, which may not be feasible in a existing, household. So already it is only made of, say, tin sheet or asbestos, or some other roofing, very lightweight roofing material. So even putting something like coconut coir, which in itself is a lightweight material, if it rains, it will absorb the water and it becomes very heavy. So there are a lot of issues associated with these kinds of solutions, which I understand you did not have time to think about it, but these are all problems that kind of crop up. And more than the solutions in and of themselves, I was interested to know how you would make people to adopt it. One way you said was to use the people themselves, but how do you use the people? They are already, having their jobs, their own livelihoods to go through and all that. So how does that want to work? That was some gap which needs to be addressed, how that is going to happen. So that was something that I was interested to see and which I felt did not come out so much in the overall presentation. But otherwise, the measures that you've identified are great.
So with the mobilizing people, in a house there are a lot of people, and more or less the people who live there are living below the poverty line. So if there are people who are not working and who are willing to work in the same household, they can all come together as a community and work. It's not that we'll have to pick each one from each house. It can also be, we can pick one people from 3 to 4 houses who can also educate the other people in the neighboring wood. So that is what we thought about.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
This suggested adoption, what is the meaning? What do you mean by that? 75, 50, 30? Whose slide is that of the 6? St. Joseph. What is that? Suggested adoption 75, 50, 30?
Suggested. Sir, the people adopt பண்ணிக்கிற themselves adopt. அவங்க அந்த தண்டையார்பேட்டையில இருக்க peoples வந்துட்டு
You guess this is the possibility of adoption?
Yes sir.
Oh, nothing is there to adopt now. Okay, then the Telangana, who is that person?
Yes.
Yeah. Just can you show that? What do they do in Telangana?
Sir,
what is that policy and what do they mean by that 2028?
Yes, not 20. Yes, sir. Telangana Cold Roof Policy 2023 was stating that they also mentioning about the white paint only, sir, in cold roof.
Okay.
Because of the climate changes was mentioned in the United Nations in IPCC.
No, that's paint part of it in the CAG said don't use it, right?
Okay.
Others say you can use it. Now, what I am asking is what is the mandate of the Telangana roof policy?
Yes, sir. Because the Telangana is the third most urban area in our India, sir. So there are more heat waves are occurring in that, sir.
Okay.
For that reason only, the peoples can't live in their home without the heat waves, sir. Because so many.
I don't need the explanation. What do they say? What by 28? What they should do?
They have to reduce the. They have to achieve the cool roof painting in all the buildings and all the things only, sir. 100% something. Sir. Is it 100%? No, ma'am. They can't achieve, ma'am. I know that.
No. When you talk about the.
What is the target?
Target. They have to achieve the cool roof painting in all their homes, ma'am. That's only, ma'am. So there is not. This is their main aim, ma'am.
Now what is Kerala then? Kerala is not the hot place. What do they do?
Sir, they just mentioned in the one
policy they have. What is that?
No, sir. There was no Kerala cool roof policy, sir. They just mentioned that this cool roof policy will come in the future.
Hey, what is that policy?
Okay. Sir, they also stating that the paint only, sir. All the cool roof policies was mentioning about the reducing the heat waves while living in the homes.
Anyway, that when you talk about this, try to be a bit more informative, try to understand what they do. Second thing is, When they say you have to bring it down by 2028, they would have definitely said what they should do. And the government will always say what is possible, which is adaptable. So, if you have put that, that would have been a bit more, what should I say, comforting to us, so that can be adopted straight away. That is the idea.
Notables.
Anyhow, the topic is good, and then I think all the 6 of you has done something or other. It's a good thing. Okay then. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think this concludes our thing. I think we need to give out the certificates to the students. They also have a prize money which will be given separately. ஆமா ஃபுட்டு சீக்கிரமா முடிச்சிட்டு ஃபுட்டு சாப்பிடலாம். More important. Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations to the winning teams, other groups. Yeah, we'll call the other groups as well. Come fast, come fast, come fast. Let's finish. Yeah. The other teams also, please stand in line so we'll finish the. Energy efficiency team, the energy lawyer, please. Last, electricity governance team, please come. Adam. So all teams, please check your spelling, the name of the school if it is correct. If not, please get it corrected. This concludes our session. I think we are all.
So, is it mementos?
Sir, mementos.
So we now invite our panel members to receive a token of appreciation from CAG. So that concludes the electricity governance session. So we will now break for a quick lunch, 20 minutes only. So break for lunch and be back after 20 minutes here.